Something has changed about Chen Zheyuan lately. It's not just the way he smiles in front of the camera, nor how he looks at his co-star in the popular drama. But deeper than that, something inside him seems to tremble every time Li Qin's name is mentioned, and the public began to wonder, what exactly is going on between them? Why does Chen Zheyuan act so differently when he's with Li Qin? At first, not many people noticed. When their drama started airing, viewers only praised the incredible chemistry between the two stars. The gentle gazes, the sincere smiles, and every scene they played felt so alive, as if it were no longer just acting. But over time, there were little things that made it all feel too real. Like when Zheyuan unconsciously looked at Li Qin longer than he should have, or how he would lower his gaze slightly every time he spoke to her, as if he wanted to put himself in a gentler, warmer position. And the public began to pick up on those signals. Behind every sweet interaction on screen, there was something that couldn't be explained by the word professionalism alone. Chen Zheyuan was known as a calm, charismatic young actor who rarely expressed his emotions openly. But since acting opposite Li Qin, something in him seemed to melt. He began speaking more warmly in interviews, laughing more freely, and even seemed to praise his co-star more spontaneously. In an interview, when asked what he remembered most about the filming process, Zheyuan simply smiled and said softly, "There was someone who made every day feel lighter." The words were simple, but they were enough to send fans into a frenzy. Everyone knew that the person he was referring to was none other than Li Qin. Behind the scenes, the staff recounted how Zheyuan often watched Li Qin from afar. When filming ended, he always made sure Li Qin left the set first. Even when Li Qin looked tired, Zheyuan would come over without saying much, just placing a bottle of water in her hand, then smiling slightly before leaving. No sweet words, no exaggerated gestures, but that's what made it feel so real. A crew member once said, "He never did that to anyone else before, only to Li Qin." And that's where the rumors started. Does Chen Zheyuan really have feelings for Li Qin? If we trace Chen Zheyuan's previous journey, he was known to keep his distance from his co-stars. He was rarely involved in romance rumors and tended to be secretive about his personal life. But with Li Qin, everything seemed different. She wasn't just a co-worker. Li Qin seemed to have a unique ability to break through the wall that Zheyuan had built, a wall that kept him from emotional intimacy. There was a moment in one of the promotional interviews where they sat side by side. Li Qin laughed as she recalled a funny incident on set, and Zheyuan stared at her for a long time, with a smile he couldn't hide. The gaze was so gentle, warm, and almost loving. The audience was abuzz. Even the camera recording it seemed to capture something deeper than just a glance between coworkers. According to a close source, the two were just friends at first, but the time they spent together on set slowly changed everything. They began to understand each other, not just as actors and actresses, but as two people who were on the same wavelength. Li Qin is known as a gentle and empathetic person, while Zheyuan, behind his calm demeanor, hides a warmth that he rarely shows. And when these two worlds collide, something beautiful is created. Even in the midst of promotional activities, the two still seem to support each other. When Li Qin received an award, Zheyuan was seen standing in the back row, looking on proudly. No words, no excessive applause, just sincere smiles. And that's what makes it different. The public, of course, reacted immediately. The hashtag #ZheyuanLiQin was trending on social media. Fans flooded their timelines with clips of the two of them, with excited comments. They look like a real couple. Zheyuan's gaze isn't acting, it's love. If this is just promotion, why does it feel so real? Even some usually skeptical fans began to soften, because there was something between them that couldn't be faked. Something that could only emerge when two hearts truly knew each other. So, what exactly did Chen Zheyuan do to Li Qin that made the public call it different? The answer may be simple, but it is meaningful. He treated Li Qin in a way he had never shown to anyone before. It wasn't just attention in front of the camera, but also respect, gentleness, and sincerity that flowed naturally. He didn't try to appear romantic, but his actions spoke louder than words. His attitude towards Li Qin reflected a change in himself. A shift that can only happen when someone is truly touched by another person's presence. Whether it's love, admiration, or simply an inexplicable spiritual connection, one thing is clear: there is something special between them. They don't try to convince the public. There are no confessions, no clarifications. But the world already knows. When two people are so deeply connected, nothing can hide it. And perhaps this is why Chen Zheyuan seems different. With Li Qin, he is no longer the big star who must always be perfect. He becomes himself, warm, fragile, and human. Now, fans continue to await their next move. Will they appear together again in a new project? Will this closeness develop into something more real? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. What Chen Zheyuan does for Li Qin is not just a matter of politeness or professionalism. It is a subtle way of showing that he values, admires, and perhaps loves her. And for many people, that is what makes everything feel truly different. The relationship between two people always holds mysteries. Sometimes, the most beautiful things happen in silence, in a gaze that lingers a little longer, in small gestures that seem trivial but are full of meaning. Perhaps Chen Zheyuan will never directly express what he feels for Li Qin, but his small actions speak volumes about warm, sincere, and deeply human feelings. Because sometimes, the most beautiful things don't need to be announced with words. It's enough to show it in a different way. If what we see is not just acting, but real feelings, do you think Chen Zheyuan and Li Qin are actually in love with each other? Write your opinion in the comments section. And don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you don't miss the latest updates on their increasingly mysterious story. See you in the next video, and remember, sometimes the most beautiful love is hidden behind a gaze that's never spoken.